What if the very thing that makes you feel powerless could actually be the key to taking back control? We've all been there, surrounded by people who seem to demand constant attention, validation, and praise. And in your interactions with them, maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member, you feel that subtle pressure to offer compliments, to stroke their egos, to give them what they crave. They don't ask for it directly, but you feel their hunger for it, don't you? It's as if your approval, your praise, is the currency they trade in. The more you give, the more they take. And the more you give, the more you lose. But here's the truth. You don't have to keep feeding the beast. In fact, you can use that very hunger against them. Narcissists are everywhere. They're in your life, whether you realize it or not. And their weapon is simple praise. You've seen it, haven't you? How their eyes light up when they're acknowledged, how they subtly fish for compliments, always seeking the next form of validation. The more you give, the more they demand. It's an unspoken contract, one you never agreed to, but one you find yourself stuck in. And here's the kicker. Every time you give in, they gain control over you. They feed off your admiration, your recognition, and your approval. You think it's just a casual compliment, something to keep the peace, but in reality, it's much more than that. It's them taking a piece of your energy, your strength, your independence. They are using you as a source of fuel, and they will keep draining you until there's nothing left. But what if you didn't give them what they wanted? What if you stopped praising them for the sake of it? What if you stopped feeding their insatiable ego? The moment you do that, something incredible happens. They lose their power. Narcissists are not invincible. They're incredibly adept at hiding their vulnerabilities. But like everyone else, they have weak spots, and their need for praise is one of them. It's not just that they want to feel good about themselves, it's that they need to feel superior. Their entire identity is wrapped around this idea of being better, more important, more deserving than everyone else. And the moment you stop feeding that belief, you destabilize everything they've worked so hard to build. Think about it. Narcissists are masters of manipulation. They've learned that if they can get people to praise them, they can hold all the cards. They're always testing boundaries, always looking for cracks in your armor. The more you give them, the stronger their hold becomes. But praise is a dangerous thing when used without consideration. It's not a gift, it's a tool that when handed over too easily allows them to control you. So, what's the solution? What if you could flip the script? What if you could use that same power to protect yourself, to shield your energy, to outsmart them? It starts with one simple shift. Only give praise when it's truly earned. No more empty compliments, no more feeding their ego just to keep the peace. Praise should come from a place of authenticity, not obligation. When you reserve your praise for moments that are truly deserving, it stops becoming a tool they can use against you, and instead it becomes something that elevates your interactions, your relationships, and your own sense of self-respect. This is where the game changes. When you withhold praise from a narcissist, you break their cycle. They lose the validation they crave, and they're left to face the discomfort of their own insecurities. And while they might try to push you, manipulate you, or even guilt trip you into giving them what they want, the truth is you're no longer playing by their rules. You're playing by your own. The moment you stop giving empty praise, you start to reclaim your power. You stop being a pawn in their game, and more importantly, you stop allowing their need for validation to dictate how you feel about yourself. It's time to take back control. It's time to recognize that praise is not a currency to be traded. It's a powerful tool, one that you can use to protect your own energy, to build boundaries, and to maintain your self-respect. Narcissists want your praise because they need it to survive, but you don't need them. You don't need to feed their ego to feel good about yourself. When you stop giving them what they want, you free yourself from their grasp. So, here's a challenge. Start recognizing when you're being manipulated by praise, and stop giving it away so freely. Start reserving your energy for people who truly deserve it. People who uplift you, who appreciate you, who value you for who you truly are. And when you do, you'll realize that the moment you stopped giving your praise away, you stopped giving away your power. Now ask yourself, what would it feel like to no longer be controlled by their hunger for validation? What would it feel like to take that power back? It's time to stop playing their game. It's time to start winning your own. Now that you've stopped feeding the narcissist's insatiable hunger for praise, you might think that's enough. But there's one more piece to the puzzle, one more level to your strategy. It's time to face the other side of the equation. Provocation. Don't be fooled by the word. Provocation doesn't mean picking a fight or starting a conflict for the sake of it. It's about resistance. It's about standing firm when they push your buttons, when they test your boundaries, when they try to pull you back into their games. It's about creating a disruption, and disruption is the key to breaking free from their control. Narcissists don't like to be questioned. They don't like it when someone challenges their carefully constructed image of superiority. They live in a world where they are always right, always above, always better than everyone else. And when you step into their world with your own truth, your own perspective, your own resistance, it shakes their foundation. It forces them to confront the reality they've spent so long avoiding. But here's the thing. Provocation isn't about creating chaos. It's not about shouting, yelling, or trying to bring them down. It's about standing in your own power and asserting your boundaries with unshakable confidence. It's about saying, I will not be moved by your tactics. I will not be controlled by your need for dominance. When you do this, when you make it clear that their manipulation no longer works on you, something profound happens. They can no longer maintain the illusion of control. And once the illusion is gone, so is their power. When a narcissist is provoked, when their image is challenged or their authority questioned, what do? They react. And in that reaction, they expose their true nature. They'll try to regain control of a network error occurred. The way that, please check your connection and try again. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help.openai.com. Their reaction that you see, their true weakness, they're not invincible. In fact, they are built on the fragile foundation of their own insecurity. Every time they react with anger, defensiveness, or even condescension, they expose just how much they rely on external validation to prop up their sense of self. And once you recognize that, once you see that they're not nearly as powerful as they want you to believe, the game changes entirely. You see, narcissists have built their entire existence around the illusion.